Eco ATM is gone. I literally put them out of business. And obviously, you know, I don't have this in writing, but I can figure out, you know, putting two things together. And basically, I've just been basically over there relentlessly putting up magnets with different phone numbers and everything. Obviously, all the phone numbers redirect back to me. But Eco ATM, I walked into the mall today to put magnets on it, and Eco ATM is officially gone.
Wow.
I don't know if they moved their machine or they're just gone, but they're gone. So
That's crazy.
Yep. So welcome, Will. Welcome, Jonathan. Yeah. So we'll probably talk
How you
about
doing,
that a
man?
little bit today. Pretty good. So
I know I've seen the real estate stuff you've been posting. I'm like, wow, going good, huh?
yeah. I've been just crazy busy. So
I missed last week, and I remember seeing the video about you buying that one small property, and that whole thing. That's pretty dope.
yeah, definitely. Basically, what's going on is I pretty much bought out the whole block that I live on. I mean, it's not like there's 20 houses on the block or anything, but
Okay.
basically, I bought the one that I'm living in now. Like back in August, I wanted to move to a bigger house closer to the city. Welcome,
Okay.
Josh. And I bought this one, and then the one next door to it was for sale. So I bought that one a few months after. And then basically, the guy in the third house. So there's three houses. I don't know why I held up four fingers. There's three houses on the block, and they're all zoned commercial. So you can literally you could run a business out of them. You know, a lawyer could purchase this later on to be an office/home, whatever they want. And it's really cool because this is like the last busy corner kind of in my town, like in the city. And it's 2 minutes from Walmart. It's 2 minutes from the mall. It's 2 minutes from, you know, like Menards, which is like a Home Depot over here. So crazy location for these. I mean, they don't have big yards, but just the location is just dynamite. Like if you're, if you're doing food flipping. Well,
Damn, good for you, dude.
yeah. So I went and talked to the guy on the block. I mean, I got these three houses now, and I just walked up to him, never met him or anything. I knocked on his door and I said, "Hey, what's going on?" And we talked for a little bit, and I just said, "I really want to buy this house." And he's just like, "Okay, I'll sell it." I'm like, "That easy?" And the funny thing is I'm paying less than what he bought it for like 7 years ago, and we all know that real estate appreciates. So for whatever reason, he's selling me his house for it way below market value. And
wow,
he signed the purchase contract at the bank and everything. So legally, even if he wants to back out, I can still close on the house. But he's been super easy to deal with this whole time. But it's like just one of those things, there's an old saying from realtors. My uncle talks about this. He's big into real estate. The best real estate flip deals, rental deals, investment deals, they all happen behind the scenes, behind the market before a realtor.
That's dope, man.
For sure.
Definitely interested in that. I want to see more stuff like that too.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'll definitely get some videos out just of the few houses that I have. I mean, it'd be cool to do walkthroughs for everybody. But hey, everyone, welcome to the group chat. This is an open group chat tonight, so I posted the link in a few groups just to get people in here. Welcome to come on webcam. Don't worry, nobody bites. But anywho, what I want to talk about today is I want to go around the group, and I just want to talk to people and ask them what they're struggling with in phone flipping and want to see if we can help you fix those problems. So if you guys got a microphone, make sure, when I unmute you, make sure you guys talk and that you're listening, and we'll keep it flowing in here. We're also going to talk about how basically I put Eco ATM out of business. They are either completely done in my area or they move their machine to another location. Either way, both of those signs point to me because of the fact that I literally slap my magnets on there almost every other day if I see them gone. So pretty interesting there. Will, I was going to unmute you first. How's it going, Will?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. What do you want to talk about today, or what is going on in your business? What kind of goals you want to hit, and what is stopping you from getting to them?
Yeah, so I'm having a lot of trouble getting leads right now.
Okay.
My goal is basically just 1 or 2 phones a day, but I haven't really been getting many at all.
Okay. And where are you from again?
I'm in Arizona, Flagstaff.
Arizona. I love Arizona, man. When I was in Arizona, just going to show you stuff like this every day in Arizona. Tell me this. How far away is Flagstaff from Phoenix?
It's just about 2 hours, but I'm only 14, so I can't drive.
Okay, okay. That definitely makes things difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you a few questions. So this is a little difficult.
Sure.
So I think everybody should listen to this because you're going to be able to apply what I give for advice here to every aspect of your business and just life in general. And it's called making it worth somebody else's while. You know, it's called it's a negotiation tactic. That's basically what this is. But it's basically giving somebody an incentive to help you out, even though it helps you more than them. So you're 14, you can't drive. Welcome, Ryan, to the group chat. That makes things difficult. Who do you normally have drive you for deals? Like what's the plan? Like let's say I called you, hey Will, I've got an iPhone X here, 64 gig, bad ESN, it's unlocked. What can you give me for it? You know, we talk, we close the deal. I say, hey, meet me at Starbucks or meet me at McDonald's. What are you going to do to get there?
Usually at first, I had my dad drive me, but then I moved and lived really close to a local coffee shop. So
Okay.
I met people there. And we just moved again, and now I meet people at a restaurant right down the street, generally.
Okay. So that works out decent. Now, do you ever miss any deals where person wants you to drive 20 minutes away or something and you just can't?
I've missed a couple, but not really. It hasn't been much of an issue. I just tell them I can't drive, and they generally understand.
Okay. Okay. And for the deals that you did miss, did you try calling Uber or did you try, did you try hitting a friend up? I mean, somebody that's 16, 17 with a driver's license, did you try any of that?
No, I didn't.
Okay. What you should do next time you get one of these deals, I mean, given it's worthwhile, like let's say you got an iPhone X here and you know you're going to make 150 bucks profit on it. What you should do is, if you're like me, like I do a lot of business on Snapchat actually with a lot of my customers, I just tell them to add me on Snap because if they're like, hey, this is what I got, I'm like, cool, snap me a picture of it, send me the description, easy enough, screenshot. But anyways, send out a message to all your friends that got driver's license and got cars. And what I would personally do is I would offer them an incentive, make it kind of fun for them. And I would say, hey, I got to go pick up this phone and potentially, it's a good deal. And if you drive me there, I'll do one of two things for you. You give them two different outcomes. You tell them, if you drive me there, I'll give you 20 bucks cash after I buy the phone, because they're doing you a favor. They're making you 150 bucks. So you're spending 20 to make 150, 130 profit. Or you can say, I'll pay you once I sell the phone and I'll give you 10% of the profit. You can do something like that. Make it kind of fun for the person that you're incentivizing to, help you get to the phone. Make it an effort so that you don't miss any deals.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. I mean, you could even do it with your parents. I mean, maybe your mom and dad, maybe I don't know what kind of jobs they have, but me personally, if somebody was like, hey, I'll give you 20 bucks for like 15, 20 minutes of your time. If I'm not doing anything, hey, 20 bucks is 20 bucks,
Yeah.
So, and to a lot of people, especially like if you got friends that are in high school that are 16, you tell somebody you give them 20 bucks and they're working at McDonald's part-time, making $8 an hour, and they got to work basically 3 hours, 4 hours to make that's a lot of money, but you're making 130 from the phone, right? So why not?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. And I haven't had a lot of trouble with that sort of thing just because I live really close to the middle of town, and so it's not really hard for people to get to me. But yeah, for the times that it is, that's a good idea.
For sure. So, and then as far as leads, the actual lead generation itself, where are you posting ads right now, and why do you think your leads are coming in slow, or what do you think the issue is?
I post on Facebook Marketplace, a lot of groups, and on Craigslist.
Okay. Have you ever tried OfferUp, Let Go, 5 Mile? Because those are pretty popular in Arizona.
Yeah, 5 Mile didn't work for me. I
Okay.
posted ads pretty much every day for a month, and I didn't get any leads. Um, OfferUp and Let Go worked pretty well until I got banned.
Okay. Have you tried getting yourself unbanned or making a new account yet?
Yeah, I made an OfferUp account and it got ghosted, so I made another one, and that one also got ghosted.
Did you
Um,
make them from the same IP address?
I yeah,
Probably. Okay. So what you need to do the next time you buy a phone, go to like a Starbucks or a McDonald's or whatever coffee shop you got around that's got Wi-Fi. go to somewhere that you wouldn't normally go to and use that phone. Use the customer's phone that you purchased, given it's not something real expensive. Like, let's say you get an iPhone 7 for, $100 or something. Keep that phone around. Use that phone, since it'll have, basically it'll have a fresh new IP address when it connects to that Wi-Fi, etc. And what you want to do is you're going to want to start your OfferUp or Let Go account. OfferUp and Let Go are my two favorites. Not a big fan of 5 Mile, but some people use it. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to that coffee shop or McDonald's. And you're going to want to make that OfferUp and Let Go account. Now, the big thing here is do not post a phone flipping ad right away. What I would do is I would go to that McDonald's. I would take a picture of a legitimate phone and actually list it for sale. And then I would also take a couple pictures of maybe some home items that you have at home before you go there, and then post everything there. And then wait a week. If you get messages on the stuff, talk to the people, talk with them. And what I would do is, to make it look like it's not fake, list the stuff for a higher price. And the reason is you don't want people messaging you and they want to buy it. You want people to message you saying, hey, you're asking $400 for this. Would you take $320? And then at that point you can say, no, sorry, I won't move. It's like brand new. What this is going to do is it's going to basically age your account, and it's going to make it appear to OfferUp and Let Go that it's a legitimate account. And the reason why you list it as a higher price is because if OfferUp and Let Go see your messages and they see that you have these dummy items up, but every time somebody actually says, hey, I'll buy it, and they don't, you don't meet up with them, or you just basically say, sorry, it's not for sale, or you just ignore them. When you start posting your phone flipping ads, they're probably going to flag your account right away. So basically, on the outside, you make it appear to Let Go and OfferUp that, hey, you actually have these items for a legitimate price, but you're just not willing to take less for them. Make sense?
Yeah.
So if you try that, once your account's been aged for about 1 week, then I would say you can try and post one phone flipping ad. And I would start off with a paid ad. Do not try and post a free ad on OfferUp and Let Go, or you'll get banned right away.
Okay.
So yeah, try that.
Paid ads was another one of my questions. I tried some paid ads on Facebook.
Okay.
I didn't get many leads. I didn't get any phones, I don't think.
Okay.
I think 3 times. So I was wondering whether you think I should keep trying with that, or if I should do it on Craigslist or what.
Paid Facebook ads are good, but I'll tell you this, they take a lot of experimenting. Sometimes it goes good, sometimes it doesn't go good at all. So my advice is keep the budget low and keep trying things, and basically, set up your own case study. Maybe run 4 or 5 different Facebook paid ads, set one at 10 cents, another one at 10 cents, make them all a little bit different, but keep the budget the same. Then at the end of that month-long case study, or maybe you'll just do it for 2 weeks, make a Word document, write down each ad campaign, put a permanent link to it in the Word document. And then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to look at the end of the 2 weeks and see which one performed best at that 10-cent budget. Then what you do is you could kick that 10-cent budget up to $10 a day or $2 a day or whatever you're comfortable with, and see which one gets the best leads. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're kind of testing with like small money first to make sure that all is good. Like maybe don't start such little as like 10 cents, but just do like $5 a day and just run it for a week. It's going to cost you a little bit of money up front, but the nice thing is, when you start spending 10 or $20 a day to try and roll in the leads, like a lot of leads, you're not going to be wasting your money, because you ran 5 ads at the same price. And so now you know which one of these ads performs the best.
Okay.
So give that a spin, man. I think that'll help you out a lot. Just a couple of those things that we just talked about.
Yeah, I'll try that.
Cool. Thanks, Will. Who's next? Let's see. Josh, do you have a microphone? It's going to unmute Josh and see what Josh has got for problems, questions, etc. We're going to solve them tonight, guys. We're going to get everybody on the right track for this next week. So let's see. Kenneth, do you got a microphone? I don't know who's got a microphone. James or Jonathan? James, Jonathan, or Ryan? Has anybody got a microphone? Ryan says, hey, thanks. Yeah, Ryan, welcome to the chat. Give everybody a big welcome in the message box. Who here has a microphone that wants to talk? Okay, James raised his hand. I just unmuted you, James. You should be able to talk. Hopefully. Let's see. Can you speak, James? Oh, James muted himself also. Okay. Can you
Hey,
speak?
well,
Hey,
yeah, how are you?
good. What did you have for questions or goals, or what are you trying to accomplish?
That's a good question. I think that's my issue. I need to have better goals, monthly goals, and I think I want to do a study this week. I want to see how many leads I'm getting coming in and how many I'm closing.
Sure, that makes sense.
I think my negotiation's okay, but I don't know.
Okay. Well, tell me this. Where do you advertise at right now?
Right now, I do Let Go, Facebook stories, Facebook groups, Craigslist. I do free and paid.
So Let Go, Facebook groups. Just put Facebook G. And then you said you do Craigslist?
Craigslist.
Okay.
And I run a paid Facebook ad maybe every few weeks.
Okay. So how many leads do you think you're getting? Like a week or maybe even in a day on average?
It's tough to say. I mean, I get a lot of not too great ones on Let Go.
Okay.
I don't know. 50 to 100, I'd get. It's tough for me to say.
So are you kind of wanting to figure out like how many leads you're getting, how many you're closing, and are you trying to figure out like where they're from?
No.
Because when you're on Craigslist, you know, if you got your number on Facebook or other apps that people choose to text you rather than message, you know, you don't really know where they're coming from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I would probably do a total lead and then see how many I close.
Right. Okay. So this is the best way to
keep track this month. Yeah.
This is the best way to do it. So let's just pretend, guys, for anybody out there that wants to basically narrow down their leads, like it's really important to see. A lot of people think that, oh, I can just advertise everywhere and that's like the best strategy. The best strategy is actually to know how to do it the right way. And there's only one right way. And I really feel like this is the best way. And it's also simple. It doesn't cost you any money. Well, let's just pretend this is like a Word document. We got our lines up here. So you said you advertise, James, on Let Go, Facebook groups, and Craigslist, right?
Yep.
Okay. So what you're going to do, you're going to run let's just say a 2-week. You can do 2 weeks, guys, or you could do 1 month. Sometimes it's good to do 1 month just because sometimes marketplace ads don't pick up steam right away. So that's one of the biggest things that you can do is just kind of let it sit for a month. Welcome, Joe, or whoever just joined the group chat. So right now, for anybody new joining, we were talking about how to track your leads, how to advertise the most effectively. So let's just say we've got a 2-week period, everybody. This is our notepad because this is basically how you would lay it out in like Word documents. So Let Go, Facebook groups, Craigslist. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on Let Go and you're going to post, let's just say 3 ads, okay? We're going to do 3 ads over like a few days. So let's just say over the course of like 3-4 days, you've got 3 ads total up and running. This little arrow underneath means up and running. We're going to go on Facebook, same thing, 3 ads up and running. Facebook groups, 3 ads up and running. Craigslist, 3 ads up and running. Okay. So the reason why you don't want like a ton of ads is because if you start going nuts, like if you start posting like 10, 15 ads on Facebook groups, you might get banned right away. And then also on top of that, it's going to be hard to kind of track leads when, you know, you're posting so many ads. However, sorry about that, guys. Phone call, customer actually. What you're going to do is you're going to run these ads for 2 weeks. Now, the key here to actually being able to track where they're coming from is you don't want to put these all in the same category. So the key is advertise on a different platform, but run the same exact amount of ads on each one. If you guys post one too many ads on anything, it screws up the whole entire study. Now, let's just say we run our 2-week study, everybody. Let Go got us, and this is another important part to this strategy or this case study. So another thing that we're going to do is we are going to track how many leads we get. So HM, which just means how many leads. So HML, okay, how many leads. And then what you're going to do is let's just say you got 20 leads on Let Go. Okay, now we're going to put a Q up here. Okay, you can lay this out whatever way you want. I don't know why I drew a Q like that, but you can lay this out whatever way you want on You can lay this out whatever way you want on your notepad. But Q, what Q means is quality, and then leads. So QL, quality leads. Now, what quality leads is going to stand for, and you can word this any way you want. This is how I do it. So I had how many leads over here? So I got 20 in the 2-week period. Quality leads are the leads that I closed and profited on, or potentially am going to profit if I haven't yet sold the inventory. So let's just say from Let Go, I only got 3 leads. I only got 3, which isn't terrible for 20 leads. I mean, you know, your close rate should be like, if you're newer to this, it should be 10%. If you're better, it should be like 20, 25, but sometimes it can be as high as 50. But back to this. So Facebook, we got 3 ads up. How many leads did we get? We got 60 leads from Facebook, okay? And we ended up actually closing 10 of them. So we got 10 quality leads, 10 QL, which means that we had a higher closing rate than 10%, everybody. If you guys are on mute or whatever, feel free to post in the chat and make sure that you guys are following along with this. Let me know if everybody's clicking with this. If you are, make sure to give me a yeah in the chat, or if you guys are enjoying this. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So we've got 10 quality leads from Facebook, okay? So that's pretty important, right? Now, Facebook groups, let's just say we got a mix of how many leads. We got like 40 total leads, but like 10 of them were messages and like 30 were comments. And so the quality of leads, let's just say we only close like 5, which isn't all that good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not that great. And then Craigslist, let's just say we only got 15 leads from Craigslist, but we closed 8 of them, okay? So this is where the case study gets good. This is where it starts to affect and help your business, everybody. Welcome, Corey. So how many leads over here? This is a 2-week case study. How many leads? And then off to the right, we've got quality leads. Now, quality leads, you'll see here that the quality leads or closed leads, the leads that we actually closed, are going to make a profit on. Craigslist has a ratio of 15 generated leads, and then it's got 8 quality leads, which is how many we close. So Craigslist has about a 50% close rate, where Let Go, Facebook, and Facebook groups all have around 15% or under close ratio. So you're asking yourself, James, you were saying that basically you're just having a problem getting leads and then kind of keeping track of them and keeping up, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I guess I don't know where I need improvement, so I need to check.
Right. So that's what this case study is going to do. It's going to help you simplify your business. I know this all kind of seems complicated, but this is where it gets real. Now that we've done all this, now that we have all the numbers, you said that you're having kind of a problem. Where should you start? What should you fix? What you should do is you should eliminate everything that's not working. So here's what you do. Instead of advertising everywhere, which it's okay to do that if you're getting leads from everywhere, but what I like to do is I think that targeting something is a lot better than just being everywhere, okay? People who in the world have niche businesses such as like online consulting, I am an online consultant for e-commerce and phone flipping. It's a niche. I don't just say I'm an e-commerce guru and I know everything about every online business, because 1, that would be untrue, but 2, I wouldn't make as much money trying to teach everybody everything. And the same goes for your leads. So if you guys follow this case study, what you need to do after this 2-week or 1-month case study is basically you have to eliminate the advertising platforms that aren't working. So in this random example case study, Let Go is the worst performing advertising platform out of our group. So I would just eliminate Let Go, okay? And then the next worst performing one was Facebook groups. Well, Facebook groups and Facebook are about the same. But basically what I would do is I would eliminate this one and I would eliminate Facebook, okay? And then what I would do is I would focus on Craigslist, because Craigslist, based on your 2-week case study, is the advertising platform that's actually giving you the most leads. Does that make sense?
Yep.
And what you can do is after Craigslist, James, you can go back. You don't have to necessarily cross these out in your guys' Word documents, but I'm just doing this because we're on a whiteboard. But what you'll do is you'll go down here, and I'll erase some of this quick just so we can go back over this. What you'll do is you'll make a, like basically hit a couple space bars on your Microsoft Word document, and then down below it, put top performing advertising platforms, for this case study, number 1 would be Craigslist. And then number 2 would be Facebook and Facebook groups, because they were about tied with how I wrote it up. And then number 3 would be Let Go. So if you guys are out there and you're having trouble tracking leads, generating leads, or just don't really know where to start, like how do I scale my business, run this 2-week to 1-month case study, okay? And when you're done with it, right here, you'll have your top 3 to 5 advertising platforms. And then what you need to do is you need to basically master the number 1, master Craigslist, like get it down, be an expert about it, get a bunch of ads sticking. Then once Craigslist is doing really good, bringing you in leads and it's kind of on autopilot, then go down to number 2, learn all about Facebook, scale your Facebook ads, scale your Facebook groups postings, do all of that kind of stuff, post on Facebook Marketplace, etc. Once Facebook and everything has been mastered, you're an expert, you're a pro, whatever, everything's on autopilot with your ads, then and only then do you work on your worst performing advertising platform. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically you're putting the time, any time that you do put into this phone flipping business, you know from this 2-week case study that we just did, you are putting in the most effective time to return on investment into this advertising platform because you know it performs the best.
So I got a question. So if it's a phone that I'm not going to make an offer on, like an iPhone 4 or a broken LG, do I count that as a lead in the study?
I would count it as a lead just because, you know, a year from now, that person might have an iPhone 7 and maybe it's still worth money then. So I still think it's worth counting.
It's going to throw off my closing ratio.
It could, but I guess here's what I would say. If you're truly not interested in it, like you can't make any money, you could just disregard those leads. Or if somebody's like, I have an iPhone 3 and I want $50 for it, I would just throw the lead out and I wouldn't keep track of it at all.
I mean, I still send them a nice message and
right. Yep. Always respond to them. Even if it's, hey, nice phone and everything, but it's just too old. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely.
Okay.
So, but yeah,
I'm going to try this for a couple of weeks and see what happens.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes, James. I think if you try it, I think you'll have pretty good results with it. Like I just broke it down here on the whiteboard. It sounds complicated at first, but really it's getting to that simple solution at the end. And then, if you're spending 2 hours on 3 or 4 different advertising platforms that aren't working, wouldn't it be better to spend 1 hour on the one that works the best? But the only way to know which one is the best is to use this case study.
Yep. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you bet, James. All right, guys. So for anybody new here joining, we're talking about problems, questions, issues that people are having in the phone flipping industry. We are here to solve them tonight. We've got about 20 people here in the group chat. So if you guys got questions, comments, or anything, you are welcome to type them in the chat or raise your hand. You'll see this little raise hand button, and I'll unmute you and we can talk. So Kenneth says, my question is on appraisal. Should we appraise all phones as bad ESN, and is eBay a thing of the past for phone flippers? Kenneth, I don't believe that eBay is a thing of the past. Do you have a microphone, Kenneth? If so, I was going to unmute you. We can definitely talk about that quick. Are you there? Not sure if Kenneth has a microphone. I unmuted you if you are there. All right, maybe Kenneth doesn't have a microphone. So, question is on appraisal. Should we appraise all phones as bad ESN? Just for everybody out there, and to answer Kenneth's question, I do not believe you should appraise every phone as bad ESN. This business, in my opinion, we have 2 things to go off of when determining if a phone is bad ESN, and they kind of all equal up to one thing. Now, number 1, and this isn't a stereotype, this isn't being judgmental or anything, you have to ask yourself when you're approaching somebody. When you get a phone from somebody, and I've got quite a few of them on my desk, so I'm just going to hold them up. Here's a brand new sealed iPhone. If you get this phone from somebody that, I don't know, let's just say they smell like cigarettes, they smell like pot, they smell like alcohol, and they look like they're on their last dime or their last life, phone's probably financed. I don't care what kind of story he tells you. I don't care if he tells you that, he got it from his great-grandfather and he's a great person. Wouldn't believe it. Customers lie all the time. That's the first rule of phone flipping, guys. Customers lie. Okay? Now, if you got this phone from somebody that, I don't know, takes care of themselves, really well dressed, pulls up in a really nice car, there's another factor. One, it could be clean ESN because the person is a good, honest, productive, successful person. But two, you could be buying from another phone flipper like yourself that's done very well in the industry, and they might just have a bunch of phones for sale and they might be financed. Maybe they got a better deal. They got a deal that's so good they're selling to somebody like you. So watch out for that one. Now, the second way to determine a phone status, which is, the legitimate way, but you kind of have to factor these two in. You got to factor in who you're buying from, and then you've got to go by the facts. Number two is the facts. Run the IMEI on SICW. Run the IMEI on Verizon 24. Run the IMEI on IMEI Pro. Me personally, a lot of people think that you can just check a phone on SICW. Most of the time it works. It'll tell you if it's locked or unlocked. But what I like to do sometimes is I'll check the phone on multiple ESN sites just to confirm that they all say the same thing. So as far as appraisal, Kenneth, it kind of comes down to who you bought the phone from and what the IMEI checks for. And then at that point, that's when you guys have to make a decision. Do you sell it as bad ESN or not? If you're selling bad ESN, you can sell right to direct buyers. They don't really do anything different for price on bad ESN phones. But if you are selling a phone locally or on eBay and you say it's clean ESN, be careful of that. Another thing is, are you dealing with a fraudster? Fraudsters are people who will go out and they will sell you 5 brand new phones, okay? 5 brand new phones. And then what they'll do is 3 weeks after they sold you the phones, they'll call up Apple because they purchased Apple Care Plus on all these. By the way, as of 2018 or 2019, Apple Care Plus now covers replacement phones for stolen phone claims. So what they'll do is they'll sell you 5 brand new phones, which they actually legitimately paid for. They'll sell 5 brand new phones to you. They'll sell them, and then they will get 5 brand new replacement phones, okay? Or sometimes they'll use a credit card, and then they'll basically get double the phones back. So then all your phones get blacklisted, and they get that. So watch out for fraudsters. If the person seems shady, if they're trying to finesse you, if they're trying to sweet talk you, whatever, you never know. Be careful of that too. So, and as far as eBay is not a thing of the past for phone flippers. I think eBay is a great place to sell your phones. It just depends on what you're selling. If you're selling new, open, sell them to direct buyers. If you're selling, like brand new, but they're used without the box, sell them on eBay potentially. And if they're cracked or they're Samsung phones, sell them on eBay. Now, if you're in my direct buyers consulting group and you have my list and everything, there are some buyers that pay really good prices for Samsung phones. But most common buyers like Supreme Buybacks, Atlas, etc., they offer horrible prices for Samsung because there's not that big of a demand over in, Hong Kong and Dubai and all these places that buy phones. So that's something to keep in mind. I hope that answers your question, Kenneth. Ryan says, I'm sorry I'm cooking for my family, but just listening, I think this is great info. I unfortunately am recently unemployed and have about $2,000 to flip. That's cool, Ryan. Well, hey, man, props to you for cooking for your family and listening in. Thanks for the compliment on the info. I always try and put out great info for people, and I try and be transparent in this industry. Sorry about your recent unemployment, and as far as $2,000 to flip, hey, man, run through some of my free content on YouTube. If you're not in my course right now, get the course later, and I think you'll kill it. I mean, everybody that's with me usually makes money. So everything. I have this uncle of mine. He actually just called me twice. He's also a customer of mine because he sells me a lot of electronics. And he just tells me that everything I seem to touch turns to money. I mean, I somehow find a way to make money off just about anything and everything. So if you are with me in my group, my free group, or you just want to talk to me, message me, or if you're in my course, I promise you if you're with me, you're going to make money because I'm always trying to make money. So let's see. Somebody was raising their hand. Jonathan's got their hand up. Hey, Jonathan. I was just going to unmute you. Hopefully you've got a microphone.
Yo.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. So this week was actually pretty good. I picked up, not like a lot of phones, but at least like 3 phones, but good ones, right? So like just the other day, I picked up an XS Max and it was fully paid off. Like literally, guy gave me his whole driver's license, pretty much his whole life story, everything. And I probably paid like, what did I do? I paid $400 for it. It was like brand new.
Okay.
But I honestly wanted this phone for myself. But then you want to hear the best part? It was purchased through Metro PCS, so they locked their phones for a whole 6 months.
Ah,
So then I called Metro, and he was on like pretty much with me at the same time, and they pretty much told us the same thing. It'll be locked for 6 months until pretty much that whole 6 months.
that's rough.
That is rough because, I mean, it was my first big win, and I was like, yes, can't wait to bring this to chat, and then I find out that pretty much a whole 6 months.
So you asking me what you should do with it?
I mean,
And is it in
right
the
now,
box and everything, or did you say it was used?
he gave me the box and everything. He literally bought it in July.
Does it still have the
July
plastic
3rd.
on the screen?
No.
Okay. My personal opinion, sell it on eBay right now is locked. Make some money on it. Either that, or if you said it's an iPhone XS Max, right?
Like, I wanted to use it for T-Mobile, but you know how like Metro and T-Mobile are partners, but
Yep.
they don't unlock each other's phones. So pretty much
Sure.
they told me I have to wait in order to use it myself.
For sure. So you said it's an XS Max, right? 64 gig?
Yep.
Honestly, this is kind of a tough one. I think you can sell it online right now as locked and make money.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Like I seen it go for $650 like literally for the past few days.
Here's the thing
locked.
though. I bet you if you held on to that phone, sounds crazy, but I bet you if you held on to that phone, I bet you you'd probably make an extra $100 to $200. Now I know it sounds crazy to hold on to a phone for the next 5-6 months, but if it truly 100% is going to be unlocked and you know that for a fact, you might want to hold on to it. You know, just keep it there.
You want to hear the funny part though? When I called T-Mobile because like pretty much I'm ready for a new upgrade, they told me I could get the XR for free, but for the XS Max, the same one, I would pay $300 down and then pay the payments. So I'm like, I pretty much just paid $100 more, but for the entire phone.
For sure.
I just have to wait.
Yeah.
But as for ads and everything, I'm getting most of my traffic from LetGo and Facebook. I honestly don't understand the whole ghosting part because I don't think I'm getting that. I just want to know how to avoid that. You know what I mean? Like, because I hear everyone talking about getting ghosted.
My personal opinion, people who get ghosted are people
What are they doing?
I think it's either that they start advertising on Marketplace after they find out about phone flipping and they've never sold anything out on Marketplace, or it's because they only post phone flipping ads and they post too many of them. Welcome. Thanks for joining the group chat.
Yeah, because Facebook, I only have 5 ads, but what I do is I did what you said, and I just pretty much renew the ads. Like, let's say after a week, I'll go to the same place where I posted it and just put bumps.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the best things, by the way, just for everybody listening to this. The best thing you can do with Marketplace is to renew the post. Do not try and post a new post. If you post a new post, you're going to get your account flagged pretty quick. So,
and just a little thing too. If they ever try to say it doesn't follow Facebook policy, just try it. I mean, it works for me.
The best thing to do is
I'm sorry to cut you off, but the best thing I do is hey Facebook, I believe my post is within guidelines. I'm providing a service where I help people sell their phones and provide them cash.
Yep, that's basically what I've said in all my videos. If Facebook flags you guys' posts, respond in a calm, professional manner and just basically let them know that you have not only not violated the policy, but just basically word it like this. Say, hey there, I saw that you flagged my ad. I believe that it abides by all of the Facebook policies, and I did go through all of Facebook policies and read them, and I don't see how my ad is against your policies. If you could please reinstate my ad, I would really appreciate it. If my ad is against policies, please state on the policy that I violated, and then just basically hit enter. And once you hit enter and you send it, they're not going to cite you on which policy you violated because you didn't violate anything, and they're going to reinstate your ad every time. So that's the best way to do it.
Honestly, that was gold, like for real. Like after I found that out, it's so easy now.
Sure.
And
cool.
there was one more thing. It was just on the top of my head. Oh, okay, yeah. Remember we had that talk 2 weeks ago about the private buyers and that little strategy every time you sell a bad ESN phone, you would like put a little note like, "Hey, thanks for your business. By the way, if you're interested in doing direct business or something like that." I did that, but I worded it in a way where, but not on eBay. I did it literally through just like a note, pretty much like, "Hey," like I typed it up. "Hey, thank you for your business. If you are interested in these type of phones, I get these on a regular basis and could see what price would work for you," and pretty much kind of what you said 2 weeks ago in that sense.
For sure. Cool. Well, yeah, I'm glad all that stuff's working for you. As far as a couple questions here, we're just going to wrap this up because we're going on 44 minutes here. So group chat went a little long night, which is great. Glad everybody came out. There's a lot of people on here tonight. As far as Kenneth, how do you organize your business to get customer offers quickly? Typically, I'll go off a price list. Basically, I'll go off the price list, and then I'll just offer them $100 less than the price list to make sure I guaranteed make $100 off the phone. If I get there and the phone's different, I will make them a lower offer when I see them in person and give them a couple reasons why. Like, hey, you have a cracked screen. You didn't describe that. I've got to give you $50 less for this. Corey says, I'm trying to passcode unlock a 6S Plus that is disabled. I'm following the instructions on Apple to connect it. If the iPhone 6S is disabled, it may have an iCloud lock behind it. Corey, if you want, after group chat, send me a message on Facebook, and I will try and get that unlocked for you. James says, RSIM and use yourself. Yeah, RSIM wouldn't be a bad idea for his situation until the phone's unlocked, except for RSIM is down right now in the USA. Kenneth also asked a question, should we open brand new in-the-box phones and iPads before we buy? Kenneth, not generally, but you can. Best thing to do is open the seal like this just to kind of show you guys this iPhone's brand new in the box. But as you can see, the seal has been broken. However, I put it back fast enough and did it the right way so you can't really tell that it's ever been opened. So you can do that, just in case you've never done a deal before with the person that you're buying from. Bren says, do you appraise T-Mobile and Sprint phones as locked? Bren, yes, I do. Unless the customer has a valid receipt or a credit card slip showing that the phone is paid for, always appraise T-Mobile and Sprint phones as bad ESN. They're kind of the, bottom feeders of the cell phone industry just because of the fact that they have very lenient credit policies. And so they get a lot of people out there that finance their phones and then they go bad. So anyways, guys, we're going to wrap group chat up. Thank you all for showing up, everybody. I really appreciate it. Appreciate the comments, the feedback, etc. So I hope you guys all have an awesome Sunday night.
I told you to text me everything.
And I hope that all of you guys have
No, I said text me. I always say
awesome week flipping phones, and I hope you do really well. So
Have a good one.
But anyways, yeah, have a good one, guys. Ryan says
Yep.
thanks for the info. No problem. Will says thanks. Yeah, you bet, guys. Have an awesome week.
See ya.